Hello everyone, and welcome back to MyGM in WWE 2K23. We've got keepers to pick ahead of the Season 2 Draft. Rhea Ripley is our women's champion, so that's going to be one. It does come out of our budget, so hopefully Dom is really happy. So that's a pretty low cost, all things considered. 94 popularity. He's got some stamina because he didn't compete at WrestleMania. That's pretty solid. And then I get one more. So there's like a tag feud that's going on right now. And then Piper and Io. So I would have to draft both. Ooh, Tony D'Angelo. Yeah, I probably want to make it someone who's not going to cost me a fortune to keep. And also I probably want to go off stamina. So, like, Rhea's at 19. That's not a great start, but I can rest her. Dom will be able to compete. And then, I would have wanted to go Priest for the Judgment Day. I guess I just will. He's not great on stamina exactly, but he has really good morale, so that's probably about the best in terms of a contract that we're going to get out of him. Yeah, and then maybe if I get lucky, I can draft some of these people. So that takes 620,000 out of our total budget, which means we'll have like 2.2 million for the draft, which, hopefully that's a good amount. We'll confirm that. ECW keeps McDonough, Stark, Stratton, Davenport, and Ronda Rousey. NXT 2.0 keeps the Awesome Profits, Kevin Owens, and MVP, which makes sense. The Kevin Owens MVP rivalry is like a level 3 already. Akira Tozawa, Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Carmella, Rey Mysterio, and Braun Breaker to WCW. So LA Knight is out, but Akira Tozawa is sticking around. So, cool. And that will lead us to the draft. No, WCW's going first. So Gunther's gone, Wendy Chu's gone, ECW takes Josh Briggs. So, all right, already 3 people off the board. I feel like Gunther would have been one of the higher profile giants that I could have gotten, but it is what it is. I can check superstar info. Would it show like a record? No, it doesn't do that. I guess I just have to go by where they are on the ring experience to tell if they've competed before or not. Charlotte's gonna cost a lot of... Wait. Oh, I guess the 620,000 has already come out of the budget, so we actually have 2.8 million. I am gonna put in the pick for Charlotte Flair. Gotta keep the Giants there. Should I also look for a cruiserweight to feud with her, maybe? Yo, it's Noam Dar! It's the boy! I'll come back to him. No, is it a smart pick to go for Noam Dar right away when it's like the higher profile names are gonna get picked? Probably not. Oh, Cody Rhodes is here. That's cool. Sami Zayn. Right, I gotta be looking for people to feud with the Judgment Day as well. Hey, does Noam Dar... got it. There, it's taking me too long to get there. Dar is definitely not going to match up class-wise, per se, but... Oh, he's a heel? Well, maybe he can join Judgment Day. I don't know. Let's see. ECW, Maxine Dupree. All right. It's fine with me. Isla Dawn goes to NXT 2.0. Shayna Baszler to WCW. Nikita Lyons going to WCW. Some of these I think are going back to the shows that they were from, and some of them are probably going to other shows. Nakamura goes back to ECW, so that's one half of their tag team champions. I might actually be wrong. I'm noticing that like Rhea Ripley has 86 stamina, so maybe the stamina just automatically resets. So I don't know, but Dom has 51, which is exactly what he had, but Priest had lower. So I don't know. Like, is there maybe like a minimum stamina you can have? Interesting. Ooh, we could get Sheamus. That could be cool. So right now I'm in the bruiser category. So these are all people who could feud with Priest. So we got Sheamus as a potential option. In terms of faces, right off the bat, it's like him and LA Knight. Did I have Sheamus last year? I feel like I might have. Dom is a cruiser, but there really aren't many giants hanging out. So that one I might leave for a free agency. I am gonna take Sheamus. I'm gonna take the Celtic Warrior, and then I get another pick, which, a cruiserweight to feud with Charlotte would be good. Or I could go fighter to pair up with Rhea. Ooh, Tegan Nox is still here. Their feud would be on cooldown, though. JC Jane. If I wanted a legend, I could get Maurice. I don't think that's quite what I'm feeling. Oh, Trick Williams? Not really much in the way of faces. It kind of is just Tegan Nox. For 222,000, that's not that bad, honestly. No, I'll go ahead and... Oh, I thought I had someone in my head. Oh, right, yeah, to pair up with Charlotte. I might just take Io back, honestly.
SmackDown drafts Io Sky.
Luke Gallows is going to ECW. Fallon Henley to NXT. AJ Styles to WCW. All right. I mean, that totally checks out. He worked there before, briefly. Carl Anderson went to NXT 2.0, and Tony D'Angelo went to ECW, so we're not going to be getting back the Cruiserweight. No, not Cruiserweight. Intercontinental Champion. Honestly, though, like, being too beholden to classes is definitely, like, a fair thing to look out for. I feel like more than anything, I kind of want to get the people who I think would be interesting to work with. Cody would be cool, but that's a lot of money. That would be a big chunk of the budget right off the bat. But Sami Zayn. We'd be getting even more cruiserweights, which would be kind of funny. Sammy's pretty good. Cody's pretty good. In terms of people lower on the roster, not a lot that is jumping out right now. Gunther was there, but he's already gone. So if we wanted, you know, Imperium, we would just be down Gunther. Unless I did a trade, that's also an option. Wes Lee is hanging out. All right, it's gonna be a bit of an investment, and maybe it's a bit of a cliche, but I'm taking Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. So we got a big baby face to potentially feud with Judgment Day, but that budget is definitely a concern. So I'd probably want to look for someone who's cheap and has like pretty good stamina. Wes Lee has 70, Trick Williams has 74. And then, yeah, there's definitely matchups we could do here. I could do exactly the same thing that I did last year and just stock up on cruiserweights. And I think I will go ahead and take Trick Williams. ECW gonna take Robert Roode. NXT takes Eric. WCW, they get Kit Wilson, so he will not be teaming up with Shinsuke. Dexter Lumis to WCW. Andre Chase is going to NXT 2.0. And Ivar to ECW. Nope, so that tag team is also split up. They were so close. So we have a little over 1 million left in the budget. Looking at classes, I mean, there's a bit going on. I definitely want to get a woman on the roster, because right now it's Rhea, Charlotte, and Io. Honestly, she's still here, so I'm going to take Tegan Nox first off. And then, see, the problem is that a lot of the cheaper women on the roster are not people I'm super familiar with, because I don't keep up with NXT. While I do keep, you know, I keep tabs on the main roster. I watch the big shows. You know, I'm aware of Caden Carter. I believe in the Mae Young Classic she was... No, not Lacey Evans. What's the... I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I tried to make small talk. It didn't work. I'm going to take Caden Carter. ECW is going to take Joaquin Wilde. NXT gets Bailey. All right. WCW is done. So right off the bat, we're looking at Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell, Carmella and Shayna, Akira Tozawa, Braun Breaker, Gunther, and Rey Mysterio. Honestly, that's pretty solid. NXT 2.0 takes Brutus Creed. ECW is gonna tag out. So they've got Blair Davenport, Maxine Dupree, Tiffany Stratton, Ronda Rousey, Zoe Stark. A lot of these people were keepers for them as well. Shinsuke, JD McDonough, Josh Briggs. And then it's back around to SmackDown with a budget of $844,000. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Grayson Waller. That can be potentially an initial feud with Trick Williams. He was a little lower. Stamina could have been better, perhaps. You know, I did have the option of picking up like a Wolfgang, but I'm gonna do that. So yeah, the Giant situation is not great, and they're not cheap either. Both of them were in last year's roster pool. Yeah, we could get more cruiserweights. Specialist is really just... Oh, I broke it. Okay, so that's Seth, Kaiser, and Vinci. Oh, you know what? I could have been checking this whole time to see what their perks were. I don't think I could have checked that with Rhea from the draft screen, unfortunately. Faces to heel ratio is pretty good right now. I don't think I want to take anyone who costs like much above 200k. So maybe I will also take like a Wesley. So that adds a, oh right, NXT's still here, so they get Wolfgang. That's going to conclude their draft. Honestly, that roster is pretty solid still. Kevin Owens, Awesome Profits are there. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. Yeah, and they definitely have some rivalries carrying over as well. Yeah, I guess Finn is still here if I wanted him to complete filling out the Judgment Day. In terms of my rivalries, I think the only one was Tony D'Angelo, and he's gone. I'm not taking Logan Paul. Ooh, promo skill 4 out of 5, actually. I know I was looking at Zelina earlier, and I just kind of moved on. But I think my last pick, I will make it Zelina Vega, and I will call it there because I like to bring at least a little bit of money into the new season in case I have any, like, goals that are related to money, because then they can just be fulfilled right off the bat. So we got Rhea, Damian Priest, and Dom of the Judgment Day. No Finn, though. I decided to let him go. We got Sheamus, Cody, Io, Charlotte, Noam Dar, and then, of course, you know, Tegan Knox, Zelina Vega, Grayson Waller, Wesley, Trick Williams, Caden Carter. I feel like this is a much... I think that I have more people to work with at the start of Season 2 than I did in Season 1. And I think that could be, you know, maybe set us off on the right track. In terms of rosters, like, I don't know, they're all kind of some level of a cluster. But like yeah, you know, there's some solid foundations here and there. And now we are 4 weeks to WrestleMania Backlash. I was pleased with your performance at SmackDown last year. No time for complacency, though. I've had meetings with the management at NXT 2.0, and I'm confident they'll be stepping up their game this year, and there will be no change, new season, new challenges. No, I'm going to be confident, because I don't think it actually affects anything. William Regal, I don't really understand why the fans gravitated to SmackDown than WCW. Everybody gets lucky from time to time. You don't stand a chance. I make my own luck. We don't take anything for granted. Paul Heyman, I plan on taking ECW to the top of the power rankings. You really think you can contend with us when we have superstars like JD McDonough? Get real. All right, thanks, Heyman. How's it going? Just wanted to wish you luck. Obviously, with the likes of Montez Ford on our books, we're going to give SmackDown more than a run for its money. Honestly, like, this one just feels like a conversation between, like, hey, Breeze, how's it going? This seems like a, yeah. Montez Ford, yeah, NXT 2.0 is for sure still going to be the one to watch out for. Oh, hey, the goal from WrestleMania week did carry over. That's cool. So immediately, hey, we have 8 assets. so it does continue to build. Yeah, it looks like that's the only one that carried over, because I had an injury rehab card that disappeared. So it gave me the 2 that I start with at each season, and then whatever the WrestleMania commissioner goal was, that one also carries over. So a real big change from this year compared to last year. If you have power cards and you're thinking, oh, I'll stock them up for future seasons, do not do that. That doesn't carry over this year. The assets do, which makes sense. But yeah, just keep an eye out for that if you've played this in previous years. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next time for the first episode of Season 2.